Joe with Steel Blade Woodworks, and as you can see, we've got the cabinets installed, doors back on, and the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and use the Craig jig here, and this is the hinge locator. We're going to drill the holes in the doors, and we're going to be installing, should have been a little more prepared for this, but I got some pretty inexpensive handles here off of Amazon. Got a big package. I think it's like 25 of these for around $30 or so, and these are pretty good. I like the way they look. They're big. They got a 3-inch center to center hole, so I went ahead and set up my jig for 3 inches. Just double check to make sure we're good. And the way this jig works here is we'll make a decision on basically how we're gonna locate this. This jig has a center mark indicator, and we'll get a center line and then figure out what depth or we want, or where the center is from side to side and from top to bottom, and get this jig located just right in the right spot where we need it. Same thing, well, for the doors are a little different. Basically, it's wherever you want to put it. It's your preference. Most of the time, they're going to be put somewhere around here, and we're just looking for conformity throughout. These line up the same, and that's what's good about this jig. You can set it up and go ahead and do all the doors or all the drawers here, and then we'll set it up for the doors, and all these will be the same throughout the rest. So we're going to go ahead and get the drawers set up first, since we only have 4 of them to do, and then we'll go ahead and change the jig and get it set up for the doors, and then that'll just carry out through the whole build of whereabout we're going to get it in. I'm pretty sure what we're going to do is just basically go with this top edge flush with the top of the drawer, and that'll be where I set it. So we're going to get a measurement here, find out what the depth is, and it looks like we may not have to use this on this. They're pre-drilled on the inside, and it looks like they're right at 3 inches. So let's just find out. May get lucky on this, and it looks like they're right on. So what we can do here, go ahead and just drill these out. They're already set up. We'll set these handles in. See what we got here. This set's pretty good. It brings all the screws needed for the insulation. It gives you short, long, whatever you're probably going to need on these. So ahead and get this installed and see how this looks. Those may be a little too long, but we'll find out here in a minute. Let's see what we got here. Okay, just to reiterate, we got away from having to use the Craig jig here, the door pull jig here, because the face plates were already being held on from the factory. Remember, these were already bought cabinets. I went this way because price-wise, because of the price of lumber or plywood right now, this was the best route to go cost-wise. So these face plates were already from the factory being held on, and they were 3 inches apart, so we didn't have to use this. We'll have to use it on the doors. These drawers here, just make sure that if you do something like this and you're going to drill them like I did, use some plate or put a piece of wood there and hold it when you drill through so it doesn't blow out. It blew out a little bit on this one. My bad, I should have known better. But you can use a piece of tape and it'll minimize that blowout on you. Or if you have a small little piece of lumber like this, cut it to size and put it on there, and with some vice grips or something, you can hold that while you drill, so it'll minimize that blowout on you, and you won't damage your finish on your painted cabinets. So let me get this jig set up here, and really this is all up to your preference what you want to do. You just need to make sure this is numbered here, so when you buy your pulls, they're going to specify what the distance is between these two, and that's where you'll set both these hole guides to the correct inch measurement. So since these are 3 inches, I've got this one here set at 3 and this one at 3. So this has got the correct distance set. Now I need to basically figure out with this part back here where I'm gonna locate this. And pretty much this all the way up, maxed out, looks like that's gonna be the ticket there. Yep. So what we'll do here is I'm going to have this edge up here flush with the top of this. And you know, there's, just so you know, these are fairly inexpensive and real good to have. If they're in your budget to buy, it's probably good if you could get you one. I mean, if you're going to be doing this quite a bit and building a shop like I am, I bought it in a kit when it was on sale, and it brought the drawer slide jig, the pull jig, and the jig to drill your holes for these style of hinges. So they're good to have, and you know, with these pliers and everything, once you get it set up, it's going to be repetitious and make your life a lot easier. So let me get this set up here. Looks like that'll work pretty good there. Okay, now we just need to get this lined up. And I'm just getting it flush with the top of this, and that'll carry out throughout the whole deal here. And basically it takes a 3/16 bit, drill bit, and once this is set in, just double check that you're lined up correctly, so everything's I'll get by there. That easy. Probably don't really need those pliers, but I just want to make sure it don't move. So I'm going to carry on. I wanted just to show you how I'm going to set these door pulls in with this Craig jig and finish this out. And the next thing we'll do, we did get the wall control unit in today, and we're going to go ahead and set that in place here. As you can see, we've got all the hardware installed on the cabinets, and we went ahead and installed the wall control system that I got in today. Overall, this is pretty good. I really like it. I wish I could have gotten something a little bigger, but the dimensions that we had in here wouldn't allow to get another section of this steel pegboard in. And we've got the two tops glued, and I went ahead and scraped it with this scraper to get most of the glue off, so once we plane it, it won't wear your blade out so quick hitting all this glue. So that's a good thing to try to do, is when you do a glue up, try to get most of the glue as much as possible. These boards are uneven. As stated in the previous videos, that you know, I don't have all my big equipment hooked up yet because we're building the dream shop. So I wish I could have. It would have cut down a lot of work, but oh well. What we're going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and square these two edges up